game. Let me do this.
Okay.
Round 2 of trying to build a ship.
Meteor storm inbound.
There's there.
Alright, what do the, oh my god. So many construction components are needed. Are you back in the hangar working on stuff?
Yeah, I put in a...
Are you starting over, or?
Yeah, the other one just flew off into space and I couldn't grab it in time, so I'm starting over and paying a little bit more attention to this. And it's locked down to the actual thing this time, so it shouldn't go freaking floating off on me.
Nice, okay. That's good.
I remember, like, hey, I'm gonna build a ship, just be like, put it on one of the platforms.
Yeah.
Because I seem to have an issue with sending my creations careening off into space, and really shouldn't do that so much.
Right, and so next time we see a Teltac, we should go for it.
Should we go for it? Do we even have a ship to...
We just need a temporary foot somewhere to slow it down, or we just can take control of one of the control panels and steal it.
True. God. Will this game just let me do what I want to do? I cannot grind anything off. Ugh. Oh. There we go. Yeah. That was not what I wanted to... Whew.
Okay, I need small steel tubes and motors. Okay. So then I would need one of these guys, and one of those 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 guys. Actually, this might be a bit of a pickle.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this for now. So there are a bunch of parts inside this sorter.
Mm-hmm.
There are 69. Oh, I can take them out. Never mind. Phew. Am I out of small steel tubes? There are a bunch of parts in one of the sorters, and you can't just like grab the sorter because they act like a conveyor. So I thought maybe I was screwed, but I guess not. I am screwed in that I am out of small steel tubes.
Oh, yes, we're still not connected to the connector right now, are we?
For the assembler, no.
For the cargo, I can't pull stuff out of the cargo. Oh, god damn it! I'm doing it again. Never mind. Ignore me.
What?
I was trying to pull stuff into my personal inventory, not my ship's cargo container.
Oh, yeah.
Which... Okay, what do I need? What are we running out of so much? We don't have any nickel or magnesium left, apparently. And we need a lot of nickel. And
there's only iron in the assembler right now because I'm hooking
right,
up.
right. You're doing stuff with it, aren't you?
Yeah. I also need motors. That's right. I need some motors. Can I produce motors? No, I need nickel and cobalt for that. Let me grab some of those.
I'm looking to make some reactor components if you have any stuff I can. I make 50, so.
Nickel and cobalt. Let me just get the network hooked up, and then yeah, you can make stuff all you want.
Motors just popped up.
Okay. Okay, just waiting on construction components, and then everything will be hunky-dory for this. I need 40 and I need 80 construction components, and then, oh no, I need 120 construction components. And then I'll be able to hook up the system.
Okay.
Properly. Because I've got 3 bits of conveyor left that like need to be hooked up so we can pull stuff out of the assembler properly.
Alright.
And once they're hooked up, the stuff will, like, as soon as it's being assembled, it will immediately be shoved into that cargo container that I've handily labeled small cargo container components.
Alright.
At least in theory, it should grab absolutely everything and shove them in there.
Cool. If you're doing that, then I guess I should just work on my own stuff.
Okay, come on. 78, 79, 80. Perfect. That'll be a huge chunk forward. I can get these 2 bits done. I just need 40 more. Any get dumped out of the system? Nope. Okay. $30. $35. And $40. Excellent. Excellente. I need steel plates. Am I out of steel plates? Brian, oh, there's. I'm taking some out of the construction ship. Aha.
Alright.
Give me those. Okay. So construction components should now be flowing into here. Maybe? Where are they ending up in? They're leaving the assembler, and they're winding up in small cargo container 4. Where the hell is small cargo container 4, and why is it getting stuff pulled into it? I don't understand what's going on, but stuff is happening, Brian.
What's happening?
Okay, you can use the assembler. I've got the system mostly correct. I just need to now play with it until it works the way I want it to work.
Alright.
Okay. So this is draining all components and ammo and hand tools. And this should grab all components. Here. But they're not. They're going up to this one, right? This one? Yeah. So why is it being defaulted to this one?
New.
Out of all of the... It's not even the closest storage container.
It's just doing what's doing.
Okay. I am Googling a tutorial. Explanation of the push and pull systems in the conveyor system. Here we go. If the input inventory is less than 60% full, the assembler issues a pull request for needed materials. If the output inventory is more than 75% full, the assembler issues a push request for its contents. That is not helpful. That is anti-helpful. Because I'm trying to get it to auto-magically push and pull.
Still apparently don't have gravel or silver inside the...
Oh, right, here, let me finish moving everything over. Oh, I should just... Hold on. Hold on. I think this is all I need for this? Yeah, okay. So did that pull everything in?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I am like falling all... Okay, I need the up gravity. 1/3 gravity is too floaty. It's just too floaty. We're going to half G. So Brian, I had an ingenious idea for how to get off a planet.
Yeah.
Where's the assembler at, by the way, real quick? I don't see binary cargo container. Oh, assembler. Yeah, okay, the assembler's full of stuff. What if, because I'm not sure how much gravity a planet's gonna have, but we could just build like a launch pad that has a bunch of gravity generators, all set to have negative gravity.
Oh yeah.
And then you have a mass block, one of the artificial mass blocks on your ship.
And then
you just throw your ship into space.
I think people do that, yeah.
I think that would be a pretty awesome way to go. I saw someone who was like, the best way to get, for small ships is to build a runway, and then to actually put like wheels on your small ship and fly it like a plane in the atmosphere and just like build up a whole bunch of horizontal speed to shoot yourself into space.
Okay.
Instead of having to like shoot up. Someone else built a foot on a rotor, and so the ship lands on the foot. The rotor then pulls it back so that the foot goes from being flat to being vertical, and then you have a bunch of forward thrusters on your ship, and so your ship is then facing upwards into space, and it takes off like a rocket. And so instead of like having to like levitate down, like come down flat to land, you can just take off vertically on this foot.
Oh boy.
And then it rotates to be flat so that you can then get in and out on like catwalks and stuff. So people are coming up with some crazy ideas for planets, so we're gonna have to definitely do a planet base.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much gonna be the plan, is we'll start on a planet and try and do shit off of that. And I just not have enough. Just not enough. Ready to make computer parts.
Okay, I don't understand why this thing doesn't push things through. Filter whitelist, yeah, okay. I don't understand the mechanics of this, Brian. I think I've basically just made a big mess, honestly.
Well,
Like, I'm kind of regretting it now because I honestly don't get it.
just don't.
No, it's not, it doesn't act like how it, like, logically
be.
would act. The only thing that is working is the assembler. The assembler pulls in all of the raw ingots as much as it can, and if it starts running out, it'll just keep pulling in more.
It's definitely.
The only downside is it has kind of filled with gravel at the moment, so...
Yeah, you need to really like look into how the sorters work before you dive in with them, because this is like the second time you've done it and just doesn't seem to be working again.
Well, everything I'm reading says that this is how it works.
But it's just not.
That's not how it works.
That is odd.
And I've got like 0 frame rate at the moment for some reason.
Shit.
And my mouse cable, for whatever reason, became really tight and was like pulling my mouse across the desk. There we go. Okay. So, Brian, just come up here for a moment so I can explain it to you and debug it, and you can see if it makes sense or not, what's going on.
Okay, let me up the stairs.
Okay. So we'll start over here. This
Yep.
is the entry. This is the assembler.
Uh-huh.
And this sorter that's going into the assembler is set to grab ingots. And that works just fine. If you look at it, it's got some gravel and some cobalt in it right now, and it just filled the assembler with all the materials it could hold.
Okay.
And that is just pulling from, as we refine stuff, it'll pull out of the refinery or out of the cargo containers or whatever and fill up the assembler.
Okay.
And then coming out of the top, in the other direction, this sorter should be grabbing the finished components as well as ammo and hand tools, like everything we can assemble in the assembler, basically.
Okay.
And then it gets pushed into the conveyor, and
Yep.
it's now in the conveyor system.
Yeah.
And so it can't go down because this has a filter on it, so it can't get pushed back into the assembler. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So it goes up into the rest of the system.
Uh-huh.
And this assembler block or this conveyor block was just because eventually, we might want to hook up this container if we need more storage or something.
Yeah.
So then it gets to this junction. Obviously, it's not oxygen. What it's doing now is it's going along and it's just being dumped into the top thing on this column. Instead of going through, hitting this sorter, which is set to only accept bits and putting them in here.
Try putting a sorter on this right here, because it might be seeing the cargo thing and being like, oh, let's just put it
But that's
in
the
there.
thing. We can't put a sorter here because sorters are one way. And we want to be able to put into the refinery as well as take out of the refinery.
I think we have to make sort of think of like a water system. Try and make something like that where it has one direction going around. Because I think the two-way thing's you're gonna get that problem where
Well,
you're
the issue,
going where it's not supposed to.
the issue is we only have the one connector. So we
Yeah.
need to be able to push and pull out of this one connector in the floor. So if do you want me to make a second connector and we'll have one be in and one be out?
Well, so no. Here's what I'm saying. Like you have, like put a like something right here, and then have like one of the conveyors coming off like this thing right here and pushing into here. Because what I'm thinking the problem is this pipe right here is dual directional,
Yeah.
and you need to make it one-way direction, and have a different pipe coming out that's going the other direction. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So I think that's where the problem's happening with your sorter. Because, like, it's seeing this cargo container right here, and it's like, oh yeah, let's just throw stuff into it. But you're trying to get it over to this cargo container over here, is what I'm assuming, yeah?
Yeah.
So,
All right.
I think you need to have, like, your separate areas that you want to put it into need to have in and out directions, is what I'm going to suggest as a solution to that. I don't know if
Okay.
it'll actually work or not, but that's what I think.
So basically, I need to sort of rethink my current idea about where stuff is going to be. Assembler, working fine. I need to fix other stuff now.
I think the only thing you need to do is just here. Let me just like do a layout of what I think you need to do.
Like, I know what you're saying. Like, I just need to figure out where I want stuff to be because I'm trying to get rid of these 4 cargo containers. Like, I want to get rid of them
Okay.
and just move stuff around. Basically.
Okay.
The issue is we don't want... See, we want to be able to put stuff in the refinery, which is upstairs.
Yeah.
And then we want to be able to pull out the completed components down into the hangar.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that maybe we need to have like a connector on the roof for dumping in raw materials and then only allowing...
An out
No, I
direction.
guess... not allowing this to access the refinery, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
That is what I think is probably going to end up happening.
This would be so much easier to like write down on paper and be like, this is what needs to connect in what way. But
Yeah.
basically, what I think you need to do is you need to start with the
Actually,
connector
hold
to
on.
the assembler. Have that one directional to the refinery. Have the refinery one directional to the assembler. Have the assembler one directional to the cargo, and the cargo one directional to that bottom connector. That's what I think you should do. Just have a one-way system,
Okay.
and don't let anything go backwards. Basically,
Where
my
are all
suggestion.
of our displays? Have you stolen all? Yes, you have stolen all of our displays.
I'm making
And all of our computers. Okay.
stuff.
I need a space. I need a space. Okay, over here. This will be my space. I have built an LCD panel.
All right.
I think you can just type stuff onto the LCD panel, if I'm not mistaken.
You have to.
Yes, you can
write
edit
specific-
text.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. We want to edit public text. Okay. So refinery to assembler. Assembler to cargo. Cargo. Extra source. Okay. How do I change what is being... There we go. That is really small. Okay. That's too big. Okay. So the external input of raw materials needs to go into the refinery.
Mm-hmm.
Then the refinery needs to feed to the assembler.
Yep.
The assembler needs to feed into cargo.
Yep.
And the cargo needs to feed into an external source
Yes.
of the construction ship.
Yep.
I think I can simplify this a bit.
Okay.
What if cargo fed into the refinery and also fed into the external source? So all in and out is through cargo containers.
Yeah, that would work, I think.
And then there would be a filter that says raw ore goes to the refinery.
Yep.
And then ingots goes to the assembler, and then components goes into cargo.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, the basic concept just needs to be you have the start point that goes one direction and the end point comes back to the cargo container, and you just make sure you have the right filters. It just
Okay.
needs to be a one-directional thing. Because I think your problem right
Yeah.
now is you have it kind of
I have
bi-directional
I have a
down some.
two-directional system, and I have a bunch of useless cargo containers that are just here for no reason.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move everything out of this one cargo container.
1 second, don't grab my steel plates.
I might have grabbed your steel plates.
I think I grabbed them. Oh shit.
Okay. These power cells are huge and massive, and they're going to take forever to move.
Yeah.
I can only pick up 80 at a time, and we have 300. Oh, we have... There's 270 in that one, and there's 120 in this one. Yeah, we have like 500 of these power cells for batteries. Oh, I finally picked them up all. Okay. Oh, and medical components are also huge and unwieldy. Well, that's another thing we might need to do, is hook up oxygen to the med bay while I'm building this horrific system.
Oh no, did I? Oh, sweet Jesus.
What did you do?
I might ask you to come down here for a second, just to be on the safe side. Because I
What
might
did-
have accidentally locked the Grand Slammin' Homestyle Fantastic Premium vessel to that thing, and I don't want it flying off because it's twitching a little bit. So if you just want to sit in there with the internal dampeners.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to back up a little bit. Alright. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Just playing it on the safe side.
Yeah. And we are totally in the sunshine.
Oh god.
Emergency. Emergency. You secure the construction ship.
I'm on it.
Where's the sun coming from? Where's it coming from? Oh, it's below us. Okay. We're going up. All thrusters up.
You know what,
Are you gonna leave?
I'm gonna leave.
You're like bouncing along.
Ugh. I'm out.
Okay. We want to go up and we want to go over the top.
Yep. You are, however, outside of not all the sunlight. Never mind. The front end of it is out of the sunlight, but the back end is. Ooh, man. We need to set up like a sensor or something for sunlight, and just like the alarms go off as soon as.
I wonder if there's even a way to detect that. Like, I
think
guess what we
so,
could
yeah.
do is we could have solar panels, and then if the solar panels are active,
Just
we
like
trigger alarms. We're getting sunshine. Oh no!
Well, isn't there like there are sensor?
What are you guys doing down there? If you like that video, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to, you can go ahead and subscribe to me. You get new videos Monday through Friday right to your sub feed. And if you're feeling extra generous, there's a link to my Patreon down there in the description. You'll be able to get behind the scenes access. You'll know when I'm doing live streams. All sorts of other perks are available. So go ahead and check it out. If you're feeling generous, leave a couple of bucks. And I will see you guys next time.